M-Town, man.
No.
What Juicy say?
Hey,
Shut the fuck up!
we don't play in the M. We don't play no games, man. Yeah. Load it. Load that shit up, man. Yeah. Load it up, 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 load it up. Got that stick, load it up, got them clips, load it up, got that bitch, load it up.
What's up, baby? We back with another one. You know what I mean? This is Raw Brilliance, and I am your boy, Master J. My partner over here is...
What's going on, everybody? This is Ronnie Marcel. Thank you for joining us here for another episode of Raw Brilliance. We love y'all. Thank you for joining. It's going to be a good show. It was going to be a good show today.
Yeah, man. We up kind of early today. Well, you know, not early, but we usually do them at night. But it's a little different type of feel to it. And so we're going to try and give y'all a good show.
Here's the thing. Like, one is not late. So that's another positive because, like, I ain't gonna lie,
right.
Pretty much doing with all long day, talking for a long while. Like, I'm tired. I'm like, yo, we need to get a rest. And then, you know, your boy trying to come up with a couple hustles also. Motherfuckers gotta go do what they gotta do. But you know, hey, we here Saturday morning. We here. We talk to y'all. It's gonna be a good time. Like, honestly, we're gonna give y'all some good quality content.
Yeah. It's Saturday right now. Y'all be hearing this tomorrow, though, Sunday. You know, we ain't back going live yet in person just yet, but soon enough we will be. With guests in studio, back to the interviews and stuff like that. I can't wait for that too, man. I miss sitting in a room, you know, with actual people and having those one-on-one, personal, intimate conversations like that. But it's cool on the computer. It's just a different type of feel to it. But
yo, I gotta ask you a question, bro.
Man, ask me. Talk to me. What's up?
All right. So I know I'm a guy that probably don't go to the the clubs, the bars, the mall most often. But you know, like I said, I am a security guard. You know, yeah. I
bodying niggas and shit.
Oh,
I see you, big fella.
Bro, I just stay in the background because, like, it just like, bro, I just be there to collect a check because sometimes the either the promoter or the club owner don't even know what the fuck they want. They just want somebody to stand right there and if shit pops off, get them out. But when they tell you, okay, I want you to do this, and I do that, but y'all making so many exceptions for random ass niggas that I don't know, that's where I'm like, you know what? I just stay in my lane. But here's the thing. Why is it that people feel the need to stand behind the DJ booth and just overlook the crowd? Like,
because it's like a feeling of like I'm that nigga or that female or whatever. You know, like to be in a booth, if you know the DJ is cool. If you just up there trying to get clout, then but everybody do it. Like me, I know a lot of DJs, so if I go in a club, I'm usually with them because they like my personal homies, you know what I mean? Like I actually fuck with them on a regular. So I go up there and chill with them, and I don't like being in crowds, like, because I'm a sneakerhead and niggas step on my kicks and all that type of shit. Then
I respect that. I respect that. But here's the thing, and this is how I see it. Here's the thing. If you're not going to be in the crowd dancing and just chilling with people and all that stuff, bro, you could low-key just did that shit at the crib. Like, I just feel like if you going to go to the club, you pretty much try to, you know, burn off some steam. You got a long week. You try to reward yourself. You trying to get in the trenches, get you a nice drink, meet a couple people that you haven't met. That's cool. But at the same time, I'm just like, yo, if you want to be antisocial and just be in front of the DJ's over there working and doing his spins, and you just overlooking the whole crowd. And I'm like, yo, if you had your shoes, I'm like, bro, you just kind of like defeating the purpose. It's like you're not being social, you're not doing anything. I'm just like, I feel like you need to do something. That's why I'm like,
not really, bro. Like, everybody go to clubs for different reasons, though. Like, some go for networking and promotion and, like, shit like that. Some people go just to have fun and get drunk, get fucked up, party, dance, and do that thing. Some dudes just like going to the club to meet girls and females or you know, and trying, you know, to knock something down, you know what I mean? So they back on the wall chilling until a certain chick that they find attractive walk by, and you know they try and shoot their shot.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit was funny. I did see something that happened out that. It was a girl that was on stage dancing behind the DJ booth because, you know, she was just like, I guess she was looking good. So she got the okay from the DJ to come up there. Family just came out from the side. And he's like, hey, you looking good. And he was talking to her for a little bit. Bro, he had a nice little approach to it, but what she ended up doing to break him off, it was kind of funny. She's like, all right, I gotta go meet my friend. She's like, all right, and he was trying to holler, but she went out to the bathroom, waited till he jumped on another girl and came back to the stage and did her own thing. I'm like, damn, she could have just easily said no, nigga. But hey, at least they're nice, where they just like,
But I'm saying it's not always that easy for women, though. You know what I mean? Because dudes be hella aggressive out here in the clubs and shit. And just saying no, I heard a lot of stories about, you know, fuck ass boys out here being ignorant and shit, you know, and can't take no for an answer. So I ain't mad at whatever way a girl feels she needs to try and get away from the situation, though. But everybody go to clubs for different reasons. Being in that DJ booth, it's a different type of, you know, like swag to it, you know. If you know the DJ is the life of the party. He has to get this shit going. If you next to him, you next to the life of the party. So that means you kind of like the life of the party yourself, and people like that attention and shit. But I go to the booth because I know my niggas, and I go say what's up, but then I leave. But I always bring them like drinks and shit, and then just go like a shot here. So you know what I mean? It's just them my niggas though. But if I go to a random club in another city, well, I don't know. And of course, I'm not even gonna try and go up there. You know what I mean? So now, if you doing that though, if you just going up there to try and like be next to the DJ, but you don't even know him or her, then yeah,
that's why I see you like, yo,
right
hey,
there.
what's up, my brother? And then give him like a couple dollars, and then you be just chilling, like, bro, that's off the stage. Like, nah, we don't play that. But look, that was just me. That was just me.
He said a couple dollars. He bet not hand the DJ a couple dollars.
Bro,
like $5 or something.
Bro, last Saturday,
bring him a shot.
Bro, last Saturday, my man's, because like the DJ, I don't want to put this out there, because Yellow was mixing and all that stuff, and then I saw a dude come out of nowhere.
Nigga.
A dude coming out of nowhere gave him like good $7.
$7.
That was the first one, and then the second time he probably came out with a little bit more. But I was like, no, I respect that.
But why though? For like a song or something or what?
Oh, you just pretty much, I guess the Hella was just mixing some really good mixes, and then dude just respected his music, and so the fact that he tipped him. So that's why I said I respect that.
That's cool though. If you just tipping a nigga for being dope at your job, then I respect that though.
Yeah, because like he ain't trying to go up there.
I just bring them drinks.
That's true, because like everybody do be coming up and it's like, yo, like you drinks. I'm like, man, just give me a Red Bull.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out DJ Hella Yellow, man. That boy been putting it down for the city for a long time, man. I've been going to his parties and shit for a minute. He always turn that bitch up, bro. So shout out to that boy. I'm still trying to get you on the podcast, my dude. I'll be blowing your shit up. Don't make me come find you, Yella. Don't make me come find you, guys.
I kind of want to go to the point where it's like, yo, you should have like a tagline. And then I was like, your tagline should be, yo, my DJ is Hella Yella. You get it? Like, it's just corny and shit. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move into the damn topic.
Oh, my God, bro. Don't ever do that again. Do not ever do that again.
I shit was horrible.
Like, I'm sorry, people out there, if y'all had to hear that.
Bro, just think about it. That could be his thing on the track. My DJ is Hella Yella.
I'm good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on for that travesty that just happened just now.
Bro, he could be on the mixtape and like, my DJ Hella Yella. Oh, bro, that is so dope.
Leave that man alone, man. Leave that man alone. But we want you on the podcast, though. We need you on the podcast. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump into these topics, man. We got a few for y'all. Some, you know how we do it. Go ahead and get the bullshit out the way, and then we're going to jump into some more serious discussion a little bit later on in the show, in the podcast. But First, we're gonna start off with Tory Lanez. He finally got charged. So, let's see. He was charged with two felony. Well, he faces two felony charges. One count of assault with the semi-assault rifle, a semi-automatic firearm. I'm sorry, and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. He's due to be arraigned in court on Tuesday in Los Angeles. If convicted, he faces a minimum sentence of roughly 23 years, a maximum sentence of roughly 23 years.
I'm about to say, bro, he ain't gonna be doing that much time.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, a maximum sentence of 23. But even if convicted, he'll probably do like a year and a half or some shit like that. Be out in 11.
You never know. And he's Canadian, so they could just deport him and just say like, yeah, you can't come back.
Oh, if he get a felony, he gone. Yeah, they gonna send him back. He definitely gonna get whatever type of work visa he got. Man, but yeah, so that happened. But it's just charges though. Charges is not a conviction. People, we should, say that, but it is serious. That means they have enough evidence, to go forward with charges and, indict them or whatnot. So
just like you said last week.
Yeah.
Yo, like I said, that text message, there's a lot of suspect on that text message. So that's why I kind of feel some type of way, because I feel like Meg is a great person, even though I don't know her. And just the fact that he did that. And, like I said, I'm really strong about how, when you know somebody is just a good person, or you think they're a good person and bad stuff happened to them, how you feel about that. I still feel that way about Meg. So that's why I'm like, bro, hey, I am going to just go ahead and wait to this charges and see how everything play out. And if everything comes to if he gets convicted, then I'm gonna talk my shit. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep it cool, because like at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, I was talking reckless last week because, like I said, I'm just
so I was talking reckless.
Like,
you was out,
bro, it's just the fact that like, yo, the narrative lately has been like, protect black women. There's just the fact that whenever I see a woman getting hurt from a dude or getting hurt from a man, it just like, it gets to me. And like, I'm more prone to like believe her versus believing a guy in a heartbeat, because the fact that, they have endured so much, and like, it's just bullshit. And then also, when she's over here saying that she did that, then you over here making an album called Daystar, then going in, trying to go off on people, go ahead, pretty much that all the shit that she's been saying is like wrong. It's like a lie. And then at the same time, you over here talk about you still have feelings for her, and she over here telling everybody she had the most traumatic thing happen to her. And yet she's still trying to cover for you. Bro, that's why I said, in the epitome of a black woman, like, she is like that bitch. She is that woman that I could just like, yo, I really wish like somebody could have protected her during that time. And then what he's doing right now is just messed up. That's why I'm just like I said, I'm just kind of conflicted on the whole situation, because
it don't sound like you conflicted. It sounds like you think this nigga guilty and you want him to go to jail. That's what it sounds like.
That's how I feel. But at the same time, I'm going to give it the benefit. I'm going to try to get to the point where it's like, yo, let me go ahead and hear the facts. Let's go ahead and see the transcripts, the court transcripts. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and say that. If he come out to the point where it's like, oh shit, right, this, that, the third, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
What did you think of Tory Lanez before this happened?
Tory Lanez, like, don't get me wrong, like, I thought he was like, his music, I love his music. I ain't gonna lie, I did.
As a person, because you talking about Meg as a person right now, like, even though you saying you don't know her, but you talking about her like you know her personally, like her, like she's a good person and all that. And so, what do you think about Tory Lanez personally before all of this happened? What was your opinion on him?
I ain't gonna lie.
Think he was a good dude?
No, I think he was a good dude, but at the same time, there is a point where I did think he was a little bit too much of himself. He's a little bit cocky. And that was
Everybody is. He a rapper. He's supposed to be.
yeah, but here's the thing. He's the one who pull up on somebody that's not even known. But thing is, that person was dogging him like, come on, you on celebrity status. And just because if little me who don't even got that many followers that you are, you come pull up on me, record this, and say and force me to apologize to you before you gonna whoop my ass. I'm just like, bro, you doing the most. And like, don't get me wrong,
Who did he
like.
pull up on?
Bro, I don't even remember. It's like this is a while back because this is when I think when around the time when he used to be beefing with Drake and all that stuff. It's
Okay,
like,
but see, that situation though, you can't really. That's like if you got a problem with somebody, only you really know what your problem is with this person or whatever, and what he said, how it offended you. That's a man to man. It was a man to man situation, right?
yes, it was a man and man, but
Okay.
you gotta also understand. I'm talking about from where I'm standing far, because like how I said about how I felt about Meg, I'm telling you from the where I'm standing right here. I'm from afar looking outside. So pretty much from that whole situation between that man and man, like I'm on the outside. This is what I said. I'm like, damn, dude, crazy, but he ain't had to do all that.
Nah, because what would you say about T.I. right now though? He ain't had gun charges. He came to Houston, went into Cloverland and fought Lil Flip by himself in his own hood. That's crazy. But everybody respect T.I. because of that situation. After that shit happened, his shit went through the roof. Like he was solidified. Even though he got beat up because, of course, he went to another nigga hood and fought him by yourself. Yes, you gonna get beat up. But the point is, he went and
But
pulled
bro, you
up
gotta
on
give
him.
that man respect for the fact that he came on somebody's turf.
Okay,
And
so how are you gonna say that about T.I. and not respect Tory Lanez for what he did? That's a double
because the
standard.
dude was walking in the street and then they pulled up on my man.
So if I see a nigga that I don't like and I'm driving, I'm gonna pull over and go holler at him like, say, fam, you did this. I want you to say that to me now or something like that. That's just a man. Hey, bro, I gotta talk to you about this situation. We need to come to some type of conclusion. Either we're gonna fight this out or discuss this, but something gonna happen because I'm not just gonna let whatever happen keep on going on. That's just a man-to-man encounter. Wrong or right, you gotta address that shit. If he felt like it was something that needed to be addressed. Now,
Here's the thing. I think we just too much in a social media setting.
I
The
don't
fact
care,
that
but that's not
no,
about
it's just
social
the
media
fact.
though.
No, when you put it like when you pretty much like if you handle it that, like I don't think that you'll be the one that's quick to go ahead and put this on Facebook Live and it's like, hey, bro, record this, and then go ahead and come uncorrect to the dude. Like I feel like,
Did dude disrespect him in a public space?
I mean, he probably did. Like I think he did.
If you
But it wasn't.
disrespected me in a public space and I want an apology in a public space, I'm just saying. My whole thing on the Tory thing, like I said, I have no opinion on that situation per se because the facts haven't came out yet. Like still don't know what really happened. I don't know. I only know what hearsay, the shit I've heard, like and just all that from stories that I read and stuff like that. But personally, I don't know if he did the shit or not. If he did the shit, like I said last week, throw the book at him because that shit is uncalled for. It's not necessary to put your hands on a black woman. It's utterly ridiculous. To pull a gun on a black woman or any woman, just not black, but any woman, it's ridiculous. If the situation was that bad, then you should have just dropped her off and went on about your business and went on about it a completely different way. But trying to pull a gun in that situation is just stupid and regard. He shouldn't have had it anyway. You don't need it, especially if he has security with him. You just don't need it. It's stupid. Then my other thing is, like, how do I say this? Okay. If the nigga, if he didn't do it, the reason that I don't really have opinion on this because I know stories where women have lied on dudes. Like personally, personally, I know people that's close to me that have been lied on in rape cases or whatever, had to go to court, spend all types of money to fight it, and just luckily beat it. But because they got, good lawyers and the truth finally came out or the girl admitted to it or whatnot. I know personal situations where homies have gone to jail for domestic violence or whatever that they didn't do. The girl just called the cops and they end up going to jail over the stuff, but he never laid a hand on her. But the cops still took them to jail. They had to pay that bond and go through that whole process of going to court and doing all that. So I know situations like this. That's why I don't have an opinion on it. I'm not saying Megan is that person by any stretch of the imagination. I don't want anybody to take that as me saying that Meg lied about this and no, she came on. The reason he is charged because she went on live and said, yes, Tory shot me. That's enough for police to make any type of arrest that they need to make or draw up charges and shit like that. Just her saying he shot me. If she say that, then I'm going to take her word for it because that's a very serious accusation or whatever. If she said it, then I believe most likely it happened. And I'm leaning towards her side on this situation or whatever because like you said, black women are disrespected way too much in these streets and it's overlooked way too much. So I don't want people to think that I'm trying to take Tory's side at all. I'm more on Megan's side and thinking of her, if he actually did the shit. Because I don't see why she would have to lie on that situation and make the matters worse. Because you're going to go to court, them transcripts are going to come out, and people are going to know everything that really happened. Mm-hmm. So if she did happen to tell a lie or exaggerated the truth or whatever, it's going to come out, and we're going to get all the facts, and then we're going to know. But I don't think she would be that type of person because she's a very smart young lady. According to her business moves and her going to school and graduating and doing all that, she is very educated and a smart black woman. And I can't hold anything against her for
and what you said is, bro, that is dead on. That's true. That's why I said, like, with me, like, don't get me wrong. It's just one of those, like, and what you said is, I admire that you kind of the stance that you took because like that's pretty much where you came from. Like you seen that, and I ain't gonna lie. Just basically what you just said is like, damn. I did kind of like just like think about it. Like I know some females or some women who pretty much came to the point where they had made these false accusations, and like I remember somebody had put a false accusation on me. And it didn't never get to the point where it got to the court of law or anything. I was just like, I know how it felt, and I'm just like how people will be. And that's why I'm like, maybe I did go a little bit aggressive on it. And that's why I said, like, even though I'm more, and I feel like I just like, I ain't gonna say a leaning. I felt like I tipped over and fell over to Meg's side. But at the same time, that's why I want to kind of like, let me go ahead and play it back. Like, Ronnie, calm it down. Like, I know you feel some type of way. I know how your stance on everything. Let's hear the facts before we go out about it. But I'm not going to lie. I can't take back for everything that I said out there because I'm like, yo, when I heard about this, heard from face value when Tory did this, Tory did that, it just like, I'm just thinking about the moves, like how dude he came off, like, you know, beefing with certain artists and all that stuff. And I'm thinking just like, okay, they just do it for the pure sport and then stuff like this happen. And then, you know, like you said, Meg is like, doesn't look like that type of person who'll just go ahead and do that. Like, you know, pretty much when her and Moneybagg broke up, we was like, okay, like we thought that would probably go crazy. Like, honestly, that was just like the most cleanest breakup from our perspective. So that's why I was like, I'm trying my best to try to be impartial, not trying to think about it and just wait till everything is out on the floor to the point where, yeah, when everything get brought out and it comes public knowledge, then maybe we could go ahead, just make a move and figure that out. So that's why I said, I am trying my best not to fully go in on Tory. I just want to go ahead and dial it back some. But I am not going to lie. When it came to Meg's story, I don't have no doubt that she fabricated anything just to get that man, you know, locked up or anything.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm leaning, like I was just saying, I'm leaning much more towards Meg's side in this because the stances she takes on police violence and protecting black men and black women, which we're about to get into, um, is commendable, and I don't see her making those accusations on a black man just to get revenge or something. I don't see her doing something that petty. But we gotta wait for the facts to come out and stuff like that. And I just can't condemn a black man in this system or whatever, knowing the type of system that we are in, and knowing that black men more than anybody are seen as guilty, and before they even walk into the courtroom. So I just want to wait for the facts to come out. But I am leaning more towards Megan's side, because I just respect her as a woman and the moves that she's made. But speaking of Meg, though, she had a SNL skit for the 46 season opener for SNL, and
Yep.
she performed. Yeah,
It was she was the musical guest, and Chris Rock was the guest star. Well, guest host.
yeah. But
She even actually did a skit with Keenan and the other two guys. I forgot what their names is.
yeah, he done skits, but what's more impressive was her performances, which were very thought-provoking, very well executed, and just great content for TV, and much needed in this climate that we in. And she called out the Kentucky AG, Daniel Cameron. Is that his name? Let me double check. Yeah, Daniel Cameron, right? She called him out, calling him a sellout, and it was displayed in the background of her show. We must protect black women, and she ran on and had her stance about it, and it was very, very thought provoking, and I liked it a lot. So, but I want to get into that though, about one, what you thought of her. I don't know if you watched it, but thought of her performance, and the comments she made about Daniel Cameron, and what do you feel about Daniel Cameron right now?
So I'm gonna withhold something, because I don't want to put it out there. Shout out to my home team, the Sigmas. But the one of the things that I saw the present of the select, like the performance, and I actually thought it was actually really it was beautifully orchestrated. Like honestly, it was everything about it. Like I love the color scheme, I love the music, because I pretty much they used Savage, and it was pretty much how everything was put together, how it was choreographed, and how everything, like it just had a beautiful flow. So I give her 100% my gratitude for that. It's messed up that it seemed like he wants to speak on Meg the Stallion comments, but he hasn't really spoken on you know was that why I can't think of her name.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor. Was it her brother who made those comments in that audio? Yeah. So it's like the fact that my man's can't. He could go ahead and say, for Meg to tell you to say this and talk about this and talk about that. He wants to go ahead and try to attack Meg for pretty much taking her spin and giving her, her First Amendment right to go ahead and say something. But yet the fact that you want to speak on Meg, but you can't even really kind of go forth and talk to the victim's mother, and then pretty much say tell her what you did. And like, bro, like everybody already kind of know what you did. Like it's just like on a grand scale that you were just a sellout. I mean, he could have did more, and that's pretty much what everybody's saying. And the fact that, yo, you are that person where we looking at, it's like, bro, we want you to do more, but at the same time, you playing a role. You playing like you playing that. I'm not gonna say you playing the system. You just playing a role within the system that you just gonna be doing good for the person that's gonna pretty much oppress us. And I'm just like, bro, you could have did so much more, but yet you didn't do nothing at all. And it just like it really questions like, you know, people when they get into those kind of statuses, it's just like, you know, are they really good? And you know, what the person is. So I did love, like I said, I love when Meg came out and did what she did, and like it is correct. We do need to protect our all Black women because, like I said, those are the ones who held us down. Even if I'm not a Black woman, but I know when it comes down to it, a Black woman who's going to always be my sister. She always got my back. She always going to look out for a Black man before anything. And the fact that we have been doing her so wrong, the world has done did her so wrong. We actually need to be better and actually, you know, start doing right by them.
Yeah. Well, I already told you what I thought about the performance, and the whole all that. I thought it was excellent. It was executed very well. I thought it was the right emotion, the right tone. It was just the right everything. It was great. As far as Daniel Cameron or whatever, man, I'm gonna say this. All right. I want to be respectful, right? But then I don't. I want to get hella disrespectful because he went on seeing on Fox News, and he, you know, tried to talk about Meg and how he's always been talked about and called coons and all this since high school and college because he's a Black Republican, right? And my whole thing is, bruh, this has nothing to do with the party you represent, dude. Nothing at all, right? This has everything to do with you being a Black man and representing your people. Like, how could you go into that situation, right? And for one, not even call Tanika Palmer, the mother of Breonna Taylor, and tell her your decision before even going. You can't even talk to her, give her the courtesy of knowing she got to find out through the news or through social media that no justice is going to be brought to her daughter. When the fact that you know as a Black man in this country, or you should know by now, all the things that we're facing right now, all the problems that we have been facing, that the only thing we want more than anything is an equal shake and to feel like our lives come with value, have value, are valued. And for you not to even acknowledge that, to not bring no charges against her and then try and throw on a bullshit charge on top of that just to try and see if you can sugarcoat this shit, like, it's disrespectful and a spit in the face of your people, your ancestors, your mother, your father, your children, okay? Because if your children are in some other city or state where the cops don't know them, they're gonna be treated just like any other Black man in these streets or Black woman in these streets with the police. And I hope that you don't have to deal with that. Your children don't have to go through that because men like you, like their father, won't stand up and do what's right. And that's my whole thing in this. I don't care that you're a Republican. Nobody gives a care about that no more, bro. We don't owe our vote to the Democrats. They haven't done nearly enough as they should have to have a amount of votes that they get from Black people as they do already. They have not done enough. So we don't care about what party you represent. What candidates are best is all we care about. Who are you voting for? Are you voting for the right person? And for you to even go on Fox and try and make it seem like that to pander to your white friends and these people who support Fox News and their propaganda, it's just ridiculous, bro. And it's a whole lot of coonery, like a lot of it. And I don't even like using the word coon, bro. Like, I don't, because I think all Black people come in different size, shapes, personalities, and all that. Like everybody has their own opinions, and I don't care about that. Have your opinion. But in this, it's no opinions, it's all facts. Those police officers went into the wrong house and killed an innocent black woman. And then tried to slander her name and her boyfriend's name.
And they lied.
Lied. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
slandering, lying, or whatever. They pretty much tried to throw dirt on her name and the whole situation. And so that's just facts, bro. Like, they killed that woman. They murdered her. Her family is getting no justice. Her loved ones are getting no justice. They got some money. They don't care about money. They can't get their life back. Tanika Palmer cannot get her daughter back. It's not going to happen. She's not going to walk back through that door. She's not going to be able to get her grandkids from her and all that. That happy life that she wished for her. And that's what this is about. This is about you as a man and standing up to the police force that you are in cahoots with, obviously. Y'all obviously like tied together. You're the AG, they're the police officers. Y'all go to court and try and put people in jail together. Y'all partners. And you felt the need that you had to protect them instead of protecting your people and doing what's right and trying bringing some good to this system, being the fix that we need in the system. You decided to go ahead and continue the tradition of injustice and just bullshit that we see every day, and while we out here protesting and doing all this. And that's my whole problem with this, is you as a man, Daniel. It has nothing to do, and I seen my guy, God damn it, I'm forgetting his name, man, and my son, he was talking about it too. And I second everything that he said. Because pretty much exactly how I feel right now is pretty much what he was saying. And it's you as a man, it's your morals and your integrity, bro. Those are the words that he used, morals and integrity. And I second that. You don't have morals and integrity. You don't have respect for yourself if you can't give justice to, somebody that looks like you or your daughter or whatever. Like, you don't have respect for yourself. You worried about your pocketbooks and worried about getting into office or some shit. That's what this is about, Daniel. So don't go on Fox News pandering talking about, oh, it's because I'm a Republican and this and that. And nobody give a shit about that no more, bro. Like, stand up, be a man, do your job. Huh?
There's black conservatives out there that pretty much still have regards to being black.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
wish they condone their own fucking party. Like that's why I said, like, I feel like, especially, and that's why I hate American politics, because the fact that it's either one or the other, and it's either, if you feel some type of way, you have to be associated by this certain party, and that's what the whole divide is. Because a lot of people who pretty much are running more Republic, if the narrative says they had the police said they went and addressed themselves, pretty much they're gonna say, well, the police did this, the police did that. I'm like, no, they did not. They had multiple people who heard the banging. They didn't, and the police they never said they over here. They pretty much addressed themselves. They only had one person who originally said no, they never addressed themselves, and they kept on interviewing, and then the person changed up and said, okay, yeah, they did. So we can already say that person been coerced. And that's why I'm saying, like, this is just
obvious, bro.
Yeah, and it's just so annoying, because the fact that she won't get her justice, and then the fact that, like, the city, the state, they think they slick. And then I'm like, bro, like, we all see the bullshit. And yes, you are highlighted for that, because you're a face of that. Like I said, I don't want to say the word, but it just, like, it's one of those things where, like, I wish you could have did better. Like, it's like, this is an opportunity that we can honestly open and shut case. Like pretty much everybody's seen what happened. Everybody knows what type of person she was. It's like nothing could go wrong. And yet y'all find some way to go ahead and mess it up. And then at the same time, you try to give us a little consolation prize by saying, oh, we're going to probably lock him up, get him something that's going to be between 1 to 5 so he could go ahead and have
Ain't
time.
nobody going to jail, man. Ain't nobody
Bro,
getting in no trouble, man.
That was so disturbing, just like knowing that. And
it
just
wasn't even
like,
disturbing, man. That shit was just man. That shit. It pisses me off now, man. I can't even.
It's a consolation prize. It's just one of those
It's
things.
not a consolation. That's not even a consolation prize because he ain't gonna get in no trouble. He might have got fired, but he gonna get hired up the street in another town, like right up the street. They probably already got him a job lined up. He in the police union. It's done. He getting another job. It's probably already done. So that's not a consolation prize, man. It's just outright slap in the face by. And then, well, just like this is what makes me mad. Like even with our Democratic vice president candidate, I want them to win. I'm going to vote for him. Like it's done because they're going against Trump. Like I'm going to vote for him, right? What pissing me off though is like people like this, right? You got Daniel right now in this position, in this job. Right now, making these decisions, still feeding us bullshit. Mm-hmm. Just like you had Harris back in the day making her decisions then. Did she change her ways, start doing much better, or you could say she was just doing her job? But the numbers are crazy, bro. If you look at the numbers back then that she was doing, like she wasn't improving or helping her community. And that's what pisses me off and makes it so hard for me for like to even like champion her. Like I do it because she's a black woman in this position, the first one, and it's a beautiful thing. Like I get that, but we got to stop just letting our people do this to us, and then they make up for it a couple years later, or try to, or it seem like they did by making some more decisions that help out and balance it out. Nah, man, when you in your position right now, as the AG of Kentucky, you are the Attorney General. Do you know what type of power you have over the justice system in Kentucky, bro? Like in Louisiana, I mean, not Louisiana, I'm sorry, in Louisville or whatever, like you have real sway and influence. You can make real decisions that affect your community. Real decisions. Not me sitting here talking about it and stuff like that. Not me. Not my homeboys up the street and shit. You, bro. I understand you worked hard to get there. I respect that shit. Like fully. And to see a black man in a position, like I was proud of that. I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe he might, but here we go again. It's us hurting us. Again.
It's all a politic move. Like that's what I said.
And that's what pissed me off.
He's catering to the state, and what the state represents is a more of a red state. So pretty much he's not gonna succumb to anything what the Democrats are doing. He's gonna pretty much try to look for his home team, and the fact that even if he has to pretty much put himself in a position like that. So like when he's finished with the AG and trying to get to actual politics,
he going into it. You know he is.
He's going to pretty much get into that position, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna go ahead." Like especially when you a Republican,
draft bills
black, it's like, "Oh, we got a good black person and doing this. This is we giving y'all this." Like they feel like they're giving us a person, especially if they that person aligns with them. I'm like, no, we don't. Like honestly, we just want to be considered human. Like we just want equal. Just like yo, we calling every bullshit out. We just want y'all to start doing the same thing.
It's simple, bro. It's like so. It's so simple.
Too much.
We're not asking for nothing. It's not even. We asking for nothing to be asked to just get the exact same treatment as our counterparts in this country. Mm-hmm. It's not asking for anything, bro. That says human decency. So treat me like you would treat your white neighbor. Like treat me the same way. Treat Breonna Taylor like you would treat a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl. Like treat her the exact same way. See her in the streets or whatever and treat her as access, show her that same respect. That's not even asking for anything. We ain't asking for nothing. It's human decency at this point. If you can't get behind that, and when people like the alt-right and the fucking Proud Boys and they want to come and try and stand in protest and shit, it's like, bruh, like, what are we doing here? What are we even fighting over? How is this an argument? Why is this a debate? Why are we clashing at protests with police officers that are paid with tax dollars that we have to pay to protect us? We just asking you to do your job. We're not asking you for special treatment. Like, what the fuck is happening, bro? What is going on? I don't understand it. Like, it baffles me. It fucks my head up just even thinking about it. It makes me sad and angry at the same time. And I just want to punch people. But I can't do that. I can't. Because then I'm going to be the aggressive black guy.
And you know what's messed up about this? And I'm trying to just like think about this. And it's like, you know, this is something that you and I have a conversation about. This is something that we also gonna have a conversation when we have our children, because this stuff is not gonna get finished over in a day. This has a slow process. And I just thought about it. So it's like all the bullshit that's happening. I'm like, yo, one day I'm literally gonna have to sit my child down and let them know that, yo, mommy and daddy loves you, everything, you are important, but at the same time, I want to tell you about the world that you live in, that you're going to be judged by the color of your skin, that pretty much a lot of people out here don't have the best interests for you. And even if you feel like it might seem just logical that as common decent of a person, you matter, most people are going to claim that everybody matters before your own life matters. And it's just like, it's just one of those things that's like, damn, I literally have to have that kind of conversation. Because like, I've never, and I'm not trying to do the black versus white, but like, I'm pretty sure a white person had never said that a white person had never had to say to their child that, yo, one day you are just going to be targeted. And you're gonna have to deal with this. And that's the fucked up. Like, I will have to have that conversation.
They admit that all the time.
And that's why I'm saying, like, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to go through extra lengths and do all this stuff. And the fact that, and then here's another kicker too. It's like, honestly, even though you have a part of a race that sometimes we can depend on each other, at the same time, sometimes you cannot depend on us because on your own, because the fact that there's some people who just thinks that our race, they believe that they're so much inferior than us, and they will do things to break us down, just like what that dude Cameron did. So that's why I'm like, it's one of those things where, like I said, it's sickening. And I'm just like, you know what? Just call it out. He is.
It's not even just call it out no more, man. It's just strategic planning. Like, we have to come together. And yes, all skin folk ain't kin folk. We've been hearing this since we were children. Our parents heard it when they were children. You know, it's always been the same thing since the beginning of slavery and all that. Like, all skin folk, there's always a coon in the house, like always. But what I am seeing though, and what does make me happy, if you go to these protests and stuff, it's majority white people. Like, and that's a fact. They might not show it in the news, but it's majority white people, bro. So now my thought process is simply going towards the system. It's more of a system thing and less of a person-to-person thing in this country. I think like the truly racist people are, the reason that they acting up so much right now is because they are so much a minority. Like, their numbers have dwindled down very small. And I'm proud of all my white brothers and sisters who do stand with us and who do feel our pain as much as they can and try to understand and try to seek information and start banking with banks that are owned by black people. you know, and so I salute them and I do thank them. And yeah, it's less of a person, and we have to get on more of a strategic thing now. And I've been seeing a lot of programs popping up, a lot of community level things that are popping up that have really given me a lot of hope. And because that's what we need to get to. And that's what I'm really focused in 2021. That's what one of my main goals to start getting more involved in Austin city politics and the redlining and stuff that's happening here in Austin. And that's one of the main things that I want to start getting into heavily. Like I've dabbled in it a little bit over the years, but in 2021, like I'm trying to dive head. So I'm doing all the reading and research that I can, finding out exactly who was in the office in each district, who represents each district and all of that. And in 2021, I want to dive headfirst into it, starting committees and programs, things for the communities and stuff like that. Because that's what we need. We need to put the power back in the people. Like in our hands, in the Black community hands. We have to build our own programs for our children, like to go learn after school programs and all that, even though they have them, but we have to do a better job of funding them, getting them better equipment and better stuff, like to actually build their minds to get ready for what's coming for them, get ready for what we're building now so they can add on to it and turn this small house into a mansion. You know what I mean? So that's what we got to get into. It's no more like kumbaya and the marches are cool. We're bringing awareness and attention, and the shirts that we wear and all that and the hoodies, like that's cool. And I respect everybody who's trying to do their part any way that they can. But we got to get on a strategic level and really strategize, organize, and, you know, go forward with this into the future. Because now we have the reins, even if it's a little bit, we have momentum. So now we have to take control of it, organize, strategize, you know what I mean? And while I'm at this, shout out to Killer Mike and Greenwood Bank. They he just started an online banking online bank called Greenwood Bank, named after the neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that was, you know, burned down, and the Greenwood Massacre, aka Black Wall Street, you know. So but it's a Black-owned bank. Him, Andrew Young, who is a former Atlanta mayor and civil rights activist, and then you got he, and the third person with him is entrepreneur. I'm sorry from goodness, Glove. It's something Glove. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, but if y'all look up Greenwood Bank, I'm sure y'all can get all
I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking at this Greenwood Bank website and it looking dope. Like I saw that black car, I'm like, bitch, that's nice.
Yeah,
Mobile
it's gonna
banking
be
experience for Black and Latinx customers.
yeah, like right now you can sign up and start getting your banking set up, but they're gonna actually start and getting everything going in January 2021. That's when you'll be able to start getting money out and depositing money and everything like that. But they just announced last week, or this week actually, that they got a $3 million in seed money to start it and actually launch it. So now they just getting everybody signed up and for it. So if y'all are banking, it's very important to bank Black, because that does help our communities, help Black owners and business owners get those loans that they need to become owners and homeowners. Homes is what help create generational wealth, and banks provide most of those loans for homes. And if you have a Black-owned bank, they are more likely to loan to Black people, as we all know. So, and they also help in communities by building communities and adding different things that the community needs, helping out in schools and all that type of stuff. So if you already have a bank, that's cool. But if you could just open an account with a Black-owned bank, it'll do great for your community. It'll do great for your people, man, because that just gives us more funds to do more in the community, things that we need to do. And it also helps our money circulate in the Black community, because right now it only circulates for 6 hours in the Black community, which is atrocious. In every other community, we talking, it stays in there for days and weeks. in the black community, it's 6 hours, and we going out and going to go buy whatever Gucci or whatever. It's not coming back in those black-owned businesses because, you know. So bank black, y'all. And if y'all can sign up with Greenwood, I trust Killer Mike. He has always been for the people. He's been talking about banking black for years. He's championed other black-owned banks. He's always for his people. So, and he got Andrew Young with him too, the former mayor of Atlanta, former civil rights activist. Like, that's 100% legit. And if y'all can bank black, then just open a bank account and put a little in there, you know, just, you know, it can be $10 a week or something like that, 10, 20 a week. But if more people do it, that money gonna add up. So just think about it, banking black, even white people as well, our white brothers and sisters, our Latin brothers and sisters out there, Asian brothers and sisters, like bank black. If you really want to support us, support our movements, support our people, bank black, man. Like, at least think about it. And yeah, let's rock that out. But shout out Killer Mike.
Hey,
and all that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shout out to you.
Huh?
Cause like that has like I never knew about this shit. And like I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know about this shit. I'm like, yo, you be kind of like putting me on certain things that I haven't really been hip to. Cause like you don't get me wrong, I be out here listening to what's on, you know, the popular websites or pretty much the sites that just have, you know, the celebrity stuff, scandals and all that stuff. But like this Greenwood, like I'm looking at the website and I'm like, bro, this is legit. I'm down for it.
Yeah,
Like they talking
man.
about from here, Apple and Android Pay, peer-to-peer transfer. So that'll be much easier. Mobile deposit, 2-day early pay. I get paid on Wednesday.
Everybody banking online though now.
I'm going to Monday. No hidden fees. Global ATM network. So I can go to any ATM and actually do a community reinvestment.
It's gonna be legit. It's Killer Mike and Andrew Young. So just them two names alone got me in it. Like, I'm gonna open an account with them just to support them. Even if I don't put a bunch of money in there, I'm gonna keep my main bank for now, of course, but I'm going bank black, and I'll probably open like another black bank somewhere local too as well, just so I can go into one. But bank black it's quite a few black-owned banks out there. Like, if y'all do y'all research and find them. But yeah, man, that's what this podcast is all about, bro. It's about information, talking shit, and giving information. So anytime I can give any type of information to help, man, that's what I'm trying to do, my brother. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's going on. But what else we getting into, my boy? It's a few more topics happening.
Well, and some messed up and effed up news. We can go and talk about Pretty Ricky's Baby Blue. Whoa.
Oh man, what Baby Blue?
And it's kind of funny because, like,
jump into the bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie. I think that's how he go. That's his name. That's what he goes by, Baby Blue. Whoa, but that's neither here or there. But anyways, so my man's is pretty much is facing federal charges for allegedly getting involved with a coronavirus relief fraud scandal. So if y'all understand, and pretty much I know y'all went through it, during the time when we've been a coronavirus, there have been a lot of economic hardships on a lot of businesses out there. And one of the things the government has done is pretty much start setting up these loans that people can get set up with. And I think it's like it was different types of loans. One is like the Paycheck Protection Program, and then there was another one. I forgot the other one is, but either way, so pretty much this is what he used, and this is pretty much where it comes down to. So he allegedly obtained a $426,717 loan under the Paycheck Protection Program for his company ThrowbackJersey.com using falsified documents. He then obtained another $708,065 PP loan on his other company, Blue Star Records LLC, again using falsified documents. Yeah, so pretty much this is all these loans from the small business accounts and all that stuff. So it's pretty much to help these companies go out. Now, this is pretty much where it comes out, and it's kind of crazy. So the rapper allegedly used the money to purchase a $96,000 Ferrari and made other luxury purchases using the PP loan proceeds. And the officers took his car when they arrested him. So that's pretty much the whole situation with my man Baby Blue during this whole situation. So only thing I gotta say is I don't know what's happening, but I could easily say, and I'm not pulling people out there. There's a lot of people on my Facebook. There's a lot of people on my timelines that have these crazy ass bank statements because y'all been claiming y'all got businesses, and y'all over here talking about I got this, that, and the third, and y'all got. Just remember, those are scamming. That is scamming. And you do got to pay that back. So you might want to get right. So that's all I say. Don't be out here getting yourself in trouble. Just get yourself right and just be mindful of what you're doing out there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who like
it's a lot of people that it is a hustle. But I know we try to get up and we try to do right, but man, y'all going
but
about
that's just
the wrong
America,
way.
my boy. Like that's just America. That's everybody's always trying to find the next hustle, man. You got Donald Trump who don't pay tax. This nigga pays $750 in taxes. He worth like $3 billion.
This nigga paid cheaper taxes than me.
Nigga, I know, that's what I'm saying. This is a hustle. Everything is a hustle. Oh, boy just got caught. So, Baby Blue, you got to get your shit right. Going to go buy a Ferrari just ain't very smart, or however you did a falsifying documents. I don't know how you falsified them. Like, it costs like $700 to get your, like, the legit paperwork for a business and shit. Like, and I don't know what he had to falsify, but I know a lot of people out here who you always going, whether it's income tax or any type of shit, people gonna find a way to get around it, whether you white, black, Mexican, or Asian or whatever. People trying to find a way to get around the system because the system been fucking us for forever. So
yeah, I miss those days.
They trying to. He just got caught. He got caught, but I know a lot of people that do. A lot of people that's out here been thriving through the whole coronavirus, from unemployment to a whole lot of shit. I ain't trying to dry snitch on nobody, man, but y'all know. I know.
I ain't gonna dry snitch, but I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling some type of way when motherfuckers were making they was making posts talk about catch jets, not feelings, and I'm like. I'm over here trying to be quarantined, and y'all over here at the beach.
That's social media, though, man. I don't even pay no attention to that
lie.
shit. There's a lot of niggas fronting out here, bro.
Like I'm like, damn, I want to go hit these scammer ways, but I was like, I can't do it one day.
Shit, I did my fair share over the years, my nigga. I ain't even gonna. I ain't even gonna lie to you, my boy. Goddamn. I got a mama that know the whole system in and out, goddamn. So she'll put me on. I love you to death, mama, goddamn. You held us down, my nigga. But yeah, man, that shit sound common to me. He just got caught and did it trying to be too flossy and flashy and shit instead of trying to say, because if you got a name and if you buy Ferraris, bro, like, of course the government looking. They just gave you a whole ass loan.
Bro,
like
this dude was about to go on tour too. Like him and Pretty Ricky was about to go on tour because they actually got a song.
So is he in jail right now, or is he out on bond?
No. He's out on bond and all that stuff because I actually saw a picture of him going to his going to court. So
well, then he might get away with it though, as long as he get that shit paid back. And if you're going on tour, he probably gonna need all them funds to go ahead and drop back off. But Pretty Ricky gonna make some money on tour though.
Yeah, but thing is, like, they need to make more. They need to make.
But when they gonna tour though? Because COVID and shit happening. I don't think they can have them yet, can they?
Yeah, some people are being very.
And
You can make certain things happen to actually go
yeah,
out and
true,
do some
true.
tours.
And
Like
small because
some
I know I got some stuff I got to host coming up in November and stuff like that. So it's some live shows and everything that I have to host like in Dallas and Houston. So I know shows and stuff gonna start getting back open, and I'm kind of looking forward to that, man. But I'm also scared. I don't go to the club still yet, but I know a lot of niggas out here in there, bro. And
fortunately, I had to be one of those niggas, but that's just because.
man, just mask up, boy. I can't do it. I'm in the house, bro. I'm still like, even though all my homies be trying to hit me up about going to parties, like, bro, it's a small kickback just to swing by. What's a small kickback? I don't know, like 20, 25. My nigga ain't probably more than 10 people in that house. I'm not fucking with y'all, man. I don't know what COVID is or whatever, really. To be honest, I feel like it's just like a flu type thing, but a lot of people have died from it, and I'm just not trying to fuck with it. Take
Bro,
that bitch.
when it comes to this stuff, it's like, yo, I understand, like, we want to get back to the normalcy and all that stuff, but at the same time, like, just because nobody in our personal circle has got doesn't mean you are immune to this stuff. So, like, you still got to keep your caution, keep your keep to the side, keep you away from people because you never know who you can come in contact with. So when I'm working, honestly, I try not to even try to socialize with people, and that's why I hate when people would be always trying to come up to the bouncer to try to give me dap or anything. I'm like, bro, like I respect you. I know that you're trying to be cool and all that stuff, but we doing a pandemic right now. You ain't gotta say
Elbow
shit to
that shit,
you
my boy.
already,
You gotta elbow them
bro.
over here.
I'm
You
already
gotta
masked
elbow them.
up. Like I'm masked up, but you know, everybody out here just doing their own thing, dancing and all that stuff. I'm like, y'all just swapping all kinds of germs, but it's okay. It's okay. Y'all do what y'all do. Don't get into a fight, so I don't have to touch you, and we all good. Everybody moving their way. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, you know, everybody's gonna when you go out there, everybody's gonna be doing their own thing, and like it's getting back to the point where it's like hopefully we get back to normal. But at the
Man,
same time, I'm gonna keep myself cautious because, like I said, I don't want to go and even witness this because it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, it's cold and flu season, and everybody like, oh, it ain't that big deal. But when you actually get it, oh, that shit, it hits different.
it's called. I've never, knock on wood. I don't think I've ever had the flu before. I don't really get sick, knock on wood again. So, but I just don't. Like, I might get, I don't know. I might not feel like upbeat or some shit. Might be like a little bit like down on under the weather as it goes, but I don't really get like sick like that for whatever reason. But that's just a blessing, I guess. But this, I just ain't trying to deal with it. I'm like you, I'm very cautious. So anytime I can, but I like chilling by myself anyway, though. Like I read my books and, I edit my videos and whatever. The only time I leave is when I'm going to go shoot videos or whatever I'm doing that day. If it's just shooting a commercial or whatever, I do that. I'm back in the crib. And even when I'm out, like I'm not trying to be around nobody. Like I'll be
Bro,
over in the corner to myself. So I'm usually directing. So I give my directions to people, and then I'll be like, "Hey, y'all go do that. I'm gonna be over here if y'all need me." But yeah, my man
I
stay
try
on.
to stay I try to stay cautious with that because like bro, I lost somebody from COVID and I know
I'm sorry to
somebody
hear that.
and then also like I have one of my close friends and he lost his brother to COVID. And that's why it's like this COVID shit is something not to even play with. And like even if like that's why I'm like I ain't trying to be all huggy, chilling, and all this. I'm like, bro, just stay back. Like, you know, we gonna get through this and then one day I'm gonna come back and like, yo, what's up, bro? All this, all that. Until this stuff clears up, till we find something that can combat this and like just make sure me getting my immune system ready. We don't have to be all that lovey. You get a thumbs up from me, a hand point, or elbows. That's it. And if I'm giving you an elbow, I'll make sure my elbows are not ashy so you won't scratch yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to match elbows, my nigga. But, yeah, but y'all just remain cautious out there. Remain, just try and stay focused and remember that even if you are healthy and you think that you'll be fine, you might have family members or like your mother or your grandparents or whatever. Like the older you are, the more, at risk you could be. So just keep other people in mind. This is, we all have to be in this together to get over this thing, man. And if people are just going out and just trying to do what they want to all the time, then we never going to be all the way recovered. And it's just going to take forever because I don't think we really going to feel the impact of this year for like another 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Like when the economy and stock markets and stuff, like I think that's when we're going to feel the impact. So we need to get this over as soon as possible. So people, y'all got to get on your shit, man. Just get on your shit, bro. Atlanta, what's going on down there? Hey, what is happening over there, man? God damn. Man, I got homies in Atlanta, bro. They be on Snap and shit. I got a little sister in Atlanta. I'm like, you better stay your ass in the house, bro. Like, y'all tripping, my nigga. They just out.
I know this don't have no correlation to what we talked about, but what I'm about to say.
Oh, shit.
But when you said, we all in this together, for some strange reason, I always picture High School Musical from Disney. That
man, okay, next topic.
Like
I'm not doing
this together. Like every time somebody say that, I have that flashback in my head.
My nigga, you watch High School Musical?
Hey, I used to work at Disney, bro, so I have a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, don't try to look at me like that. Like I have a reason. Like,
so it was part of your job to watch it,
bro? Yes.
Why?
Because so one of the things I used to work custodial, and when you work, it's pretty much street sweeper and Hollywood Studios. I also did other jobs, but this in particular. And one thing about Hollywood Studios, they revolve around shows. Around that time, that's when High School Musical was like popping. So pretty much, they always had, like in Disney space, it was popping.
It was a movie or a play?
It was a movie. They came out with 3.
I ain't watching musicals.
Pretty
that's why
much,
I watch Tyler Perry movies.
So pretty much, they will always come down and like they would do that song. And that's why I got so used to like the song and knowing the song. So if you talk to anybody that did the Disney College program, they'll tell you some random things they remember from Disney.
Where'd you go to college?
Fair State University.
Oh, okay.
But when I did the Disney College program, I was at Delta College.
Got you. Oh, Disney nigga, I see. Okay, go ahead then. Go ahead then. Oh my God, man. But
those have stories, but we probably gonna get to it later on. But,
hey, so while we talking about COVID, do you think this Trump shit real? Like real shit though, because I don't really believe that the nigga really had it, but he's supposed to give a speech today though for some shit at the White House. What you think about it?
Here's the thing. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not trying to be on.
Oh, nigga, get into the conspiracy because I'm a conspiracy theorist. Goddamn, I get deep.
Here's the thing, and I didn't watch the first. I didn't even watch the debate, so I can't really even say. So this is how I think. From what I heard, or from what I seen, it's like probably he didn't do the best that he could do, and
the best that he can do with what? Nigga, what you talking about?
No. He didn't do the best during the debate because pretty much.
I ain't talking about the debate.
No, look, it leads up to it because he pretty much conveniently had COVID after the debate, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
So pretty much he talked about he had COVID, and then I was like, here's my thing. I honestly think that it was all a ploy. The reason why I feel like it's a ploy, and like I said, I have my reasons, and it's not to go into anybody else's shit. The reason why I feel like he had a ploy because the fact that have you ever us as Americans, we always value what people work, or we value people hard at work, even when they're at the lowest of the low, but they actually like working during that time. It just, I guess the image of that, it just like it's empowering and stuff like that. So pretty much when he was pretty much supposed to be on COVID, Melania, she had Melania, she took a picture. It's like, our president's still working, and he was just sitting at the table doing some shit and all that stuff.
It was
And
some blank pages
posted,
on the desk.
and they posted on social media. I'm like, bro, like literally, if you got COVID, like you need to be rested. You need to get yourself situated. You have all these doctors at your disposal. That everybody trying to get you right. And then don't get me wrong, the doctor's gonna go ahead and give him the best type of stuff. So, and that's another thing. It's like, yo, if y'all had this, like, is this something that y'all been giving to other people? Because the fact that, like, yo, there's a lot of people, they've been doing random tests with the coronavirus, and yet you pretty much got this super cocktail that all of a sudden you feel good after 3-4 days. They tell y'all, hey, you need to go ahead and be quarantined for 14 days. You're like, nah, let's go ahead and get this debate. And then I'm like, bro, if we do this debate, we're going to do this virtual. Now he's like, oh, I don't want to do the debate if it's virtual. And he don't want to do it because the fact that if he's talking out of hand, I could easily hit that mute button. And he don't want to get muted. So that's the only reason why he wants to do it in person. So honestly, I think it was just literally a ploy just to get pretty much show, because like the man has always been a type of person who likes to try to show that symbolism. Like he tried to push all those people back at that one time so he could take a picture in front of that Catholic church with the Bible that one time. Now he's over here using COVID as he's a victim, and then now he's over here showing pictures that he's working during COVID and putting American first and doing this, that, and the third, and then going about there. So, like I said, I don't really think he had COVID. He probably, like I said, I don't think he had COVID, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I got like two different things. Okay, on one hand, I don't think he had it because Trump's 74, right? Like some shit like that. Like old as shit. Okay. Not to call, not to be whatever. He old. And he is being strongly against trying to get people to see that COVID ain't that much to get everything open back up for jobs and shit, and money can start flowing again, because they know it's going to affect the economy and it's going to hit, and it's going to be even worse for him. Because the one reason Trump has stayed empowered by his supporters because of the jobs and stuff, everything was good, and the stock market, and it was on a good note and all of that. When that shit go, he has nothing, right? So I think he's trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal. Like, if I got it and I could get over with no problem, I came back in a couple of days. I was right back in the office after like 2 days of getting it. You know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal so he can open things up faster before the elections come, so people are getting jobs and things are getting back on the right direction by the time people start hitting the polls. Because right now his approval rating is pretty low. However you feel about those polls and all of that or whatever, but the ones that they show, he's losing to Biden in a lot of them or whatever, or most of them, if not all of them. And his approval rating across the country is not good at all. So I think he's trying to get that up and stuff. Then on another level, for him to catch it, it looks bad for him. because he's been saying this whole time like COVID is, trying to downplay it the whole time and make it seem like it's nothing at all. So for him to catch it, it's like, okay, now you got it. If he really gets sick or if he really is sick, it's gonna be a bad look or whatever. So they kind of go hand in hand, but I don't think he had it though. I just think he's doing his games that he played because Trump played game. It don't even be good games. It's not even like he's saying like some smart shit to fool people. When people used to tell me when I was younger, like in college when I first started taking journalism or whatever, and I had to change my major over. And one of the first things people started talking about is how TV pretty much like runs the world almost, like advertisement and all that type of stuff, because like people overall are dumb. You know what I mean? Like they believe what they see. And Trump has played that. And I never believed that more until when Trump got elected. Like, because the stuff he was saying and doing was just so ignorant and stupid. I was like, are people really falling for this? And then they voted for him. And I was like, God damn, this country really is out of whack. Like, we got it's really stupidity out here, like on a mass level, bro. And and that was one of the first things that I thought about. And now you come to this, and I'm like, people are believing pretty much all the lies that he be saying about fake news, and then you turn on like Fox News and watch it, because I watch it sometimes just like to see what the other side's saying. I know it's gonna be bullshit, but I just watch it to be like disgusted. I started, I'm weird, bro. Like I started smoking and shit. Like, man, let me see what these niggas talking about on Fox. I know it's gonna be dumb and crazy, but I just go check that shit out anyway, like to laugh sometimes. But anyway, yeah. So I just think it's one of his gimmicks, though, like one of his ploys to get his poll back up and get everybody off of COVID, off the couch and back at work and back. It seemed like the country is normal again before everybody starts voting. That's my whole take on it. I don't really think he got the shit, because ain't no way. You really got it. One, you got to be quarantined. Everybody else got to be quarantined for 14 days, but you get to have a whole ass press conference and invite 2,000 people to it. 2,000, my nigga?
Bro,
Like, it couldn't be just like 10 press members or something. You broadcast it to the country. You like, nah, bring 2,000 people in here. Let's turn this bitch out.
Bro, that's why I said like, bro, that's why I feel like he never had it. Cause like, bro, like how the hell you gonna have that shit and go back for a day and then talk about, all right, y'all, let's get this back to roll. Like, no, nigga, you contagious right now. And then you supposed to be, this is gonna be the hard part. Like, nah, bro. Like, that's why I'm like, fuck that noise, goodbye. You can just go ahead and do your own thing.
I
So
don't
that's why I
believe nothing
said,
he say, though. Like, everything he say, I think is propaganda. Because literally, I think 99.9% of he say is propaganda. 99.9. And I just think he panders to his crowd, his voters, those whoever they are that vote for him and champion him. But yeah, let's move on, man. Get off this COVID stuff. Everybody, y'all do remain safe out there. And we're going to jump into our last topic of the day. I wanted to get into something a little serious and touch on it as we close out the episode. In Nigeria, we got some serious stuff going on. I know in this country, everybody's protesting and talking about police brutality, and which we have on a very serious matter. But in Nigeria, they are dealing with a lot of things that are similar, but even might be a little worse, because they dealing with a police unit over there in Nigeria called S.A.R.S or whatever, which is
the worst acronym ever, because
yeah,
like you said Nigeria and S.A.R.S. I was like, damn, disease.
yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not the disease. So
Nah, it's not the disease. It's a special anti-robbery squad, which is SARS, just the acronym for it or whatever. But basically, there are claims of that this unit of the police officers over there, their claims of kidnapping, harassment, extortion by this unit. There were videos circling around on Twitter of protesters or whatever that show police officers forcibly forcefully dispersing the protesters, dismantling their sleeping tents, turning off the street lights and making verbal threats, carrying out routine patrols and other controversial low-risk duties, stops and search duties, checkpoints, or whatever. Well, this is after all the protests and stuff. The president of the country, no, I'm sorry, the Nigerian police chief, Muhammad uh, Adamu. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but let's just go with Muhammad. All right, I'll be butchering last names, bro. I'll be butchering that shit. But anyway, he said that since the protests, they've been heard, the cries have been heard, and effective immediately, they will be no more stop and search at checkpoints. No more monitoring the roadblocks, traffic checks, or whatever, which is in effect immediately. But they've had this happen in years past where the president or vice president of the country or police chief has came out and said, something similar after other complaints over the years that came out. And apparently this has been going on for a long time. And so, and it's even cases where detainees in S.A.R.S custody have been subjected to a variety of methods of torture, including hanging, mock execution, beating, punching and kicking, burning with cigarettes, waterboarding, and suffocating people with bags. And they also forced detainees to assume stressful bodily positions and sexual violence as well. And that's according to an article that I read in CNN, on the CNN website. Y'all could go check that out or whatever. But yeah, so they dealing with a lot over there in Nigeria. And I just want to touch on that because we dealing with a lot too, but it's also just to show that this is, as I was talking about, was the last podcast, the podcast before, how this is like on a macro level, a systematic, like our brothers and sisters are going through this like throughout the world. So it's not just in this country. And I was also talking about, moving back to Africa, and I talk about a lot of different things that are in Africa. So this is one of the big things that are going on over there, and I just want to touch on it. So I know you read up on it a little bit. What are your thoughts on the whole situation?
So it's one of those things where it's like you think about situations and you think about here too. It's just like it's really dangerous because we entrust a certain division to protect us and be there for us and do all those things for us, but at the same time, they turn around, they do the duty, but some of them take it upon themselves to take the power and make something more of it and put us in positions where we're try to fend for our lives. Like when I first saw this story, I was shocked because I'm like, yo, I know the bullshit that we go through here, but like, when we talking about over there, like you would think, I'm just saying, just because they're all black and like there's no other race that's over here trying to pretty much do this or do that. But now you over here got for somebody to be rhyme nice or rhyme clean or have tattoos or anything, they're getting persecuted by this special force. And I'm like, are you serious? And then also kind of going into talking to you about how last time when we had your bands on, talk about like if somebody white was to get a job, they could get a high paying job and they don't even have to have the credentials because it's the fact that they're white and all that stuff. So it's one of those things like, bro, how can this even happen? Like, and it's all comes into the power. It's just like, yo, man, like they have power in the fact that the things that y'all doing is really hurting y'all people, and the fact that, like, honestly, it was just like, this is something that, like, we need to go ahead and stop. And like, I hope they really do get to the point where they can actually like heal and just like, take this away, get this abolished, and actually have people go through. Because like a lot of people are seeing what their wrongs of the past, and like at the same time when they formed this, they formed it to build a like task force to prevent something. But I think they didn't do the proper checks and balances. Like, if they have something that's out there that's going to protect it, but at the same time, we need something that's going to protect regular people from them as well. Because after a while, they could do their job, but what if they take it upon themselves to go even much further, which they're doing it right now. So it's a lot of stuff that's go into it, and I'm glad that they're going to the point where they just have to go out there and speak their truth and try to get this abolished. And I hope everything goes well with them, because honestly, I send my support, I send my love out to them. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, I really want this. Like, I hope their problems don't go unheard. Like, honestly, this is a good step direction. Just like the chief commit or whatever the guy is, he just pretty much banned him for a minute, and let's see where this goes from moving from here.
Yeah. This is one I want to get my boy Body on, because he's from Nigeria, and I texted him about it this morning, but I really just read up on the story last night because it was trending on Twitter, with everything going on over there, and a lot of prominent actresses and artists from Nigeria are speaking out on it, and they had it trending with their protests and everything. So I just felt like it needs to be touched on, because we talk about a lot of what's going on over here, and our brothers and sisters across the globe are facing like the same type of injustices, and that's why I said, like, when I was talking about earlier, how we keep on hurting ourselves as well. It's not just like other people and other races. Like, we doing this to ourselves as well, and we really got to come together and like weed this out. And that unit over there, like, reading up on them, it's been going on for years, and they have been terrorizing people. And so, like, the people now are asking for, to get their property replaced, money back from past and current situations that are happening, which they should, and I hope they really get justice. The president of the country and the police chief of the country, they're saying the right things, but like I said, they said things like that in the past when this same situation has came up, and they had just like over here, we have protests. They say something that's nice to try and calm us down. Yeah, we're going to do this, but nothing really changes, and that's what's happening over there. So I don't know, man. It saddens me, because it's like, in that country, like you were saying, is you seeing black on black, like, those are black police officers, but they're still doing it, which is saying that it's systematic. Just like over here as well, it's just a system. Like, once people put that uniform on for some odd reason, they feel empowered, and it's no real oversight to keep that egos that they have in check. Like, no real. It was one story I was reading where it was a businessman over there who said he got stopped and taken out his car with gunpoint, and they thought they were being robbed, but it happened to be like the cops, and the cop told him that if they shot him right now, nothing would happen. It'll just be some things on Twitter said about it, and then it'll go away. And they just blatantly told him that, like, out in the open. And for that to happen, it's crazy, because it's true. Like, even over here, the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So that shit is like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how we gonna get the oversight that we need on that, because over there is probably even harder. You know what I mean? To get oversight on it all over there. And until we do get that oversight that we need and have the right committees and the right chair people that we need, uh, or whatever here and across the pond, then it's just gonna keep on going on as long as the cops are policing the cops, and it's just gonna be the same thing. So that's what we gotta try and get right. We gotta get oversight, man. And I hope I hope that situation doesn't get pushed on a rug. And I just want to bring it to light to people over here and to our listeners if they haven't heard it, so that if you could donate to it, like do that, but just do your research on it. Learn about the situation that's happening, not just in focus on your community, but also just look at what's going on across the world. And if you can do more, try and do more. You know what I mean? So we need to help all of our brothers and sisters any way that we can. And one thing that I can do with a platform is try and bring more attention to it. And we need more attention brought on all of our situations, because this is a worldwide thing that's happening. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, because I don't have too much information on it, but just the stuff that I read. But when I get somebody on here that does know more about it, that can talk on it personally from experience, I'm gonna see if my boy Body could connect me with somebody that's maybe over in Nigeria or whatever. So I can try to talk to them about it, 'cause I do want to know more about what's going on and see what type of tactics they are taking to try and get this handled. See if maybe we could use some of their tactics, or they can use some of our tactics or whatever. Just see what we can do to help each other out. But yeah, that's pretty much our show for today, y'all. And once again, man, we appreciate everybody for joining us. My boy over here, do you got anything to say on the way out?
It's a blessing to be here, pretty much blessing to be alive another day here. So honestly, thank you for listening in and, chopping it up with us. We go through our things, and I know y'all go through us, but I know every time when people jump in, listen in, they just really want to hear some good content and our own perspective. So thank you for doing everything, because honestly, we would not be here if it wasn't for you.
And yeah, that's facts. Y'all know how to reach us. It's going to be on the bottom or in the description area. Our social medias. Also, everybody who listens to this, y'all could subscribe and share this, because we get a lot more listeners than we actually have subscribers. So I want to start actually getting those subscribers on here as well. And yeah, just support the brand if you can. We getting more merch coming in. Y'all can go to the website to check that out, www.rawbrilliancemedia.com. That's going to be in the description as well. And also I got a few new projects that I'm going to be announcing here pretty soon. We're going into the TV space. So a few big deals I got to announce coming for the 2021 campaign. You know what I mean? We're trying to do some things over here. I need to get my boy Ronnie up out the club, my boy. He needs to come over here and join the team, and I can't have him out here sweating and shit in the club, my boy. So y'all go support the brand. Let's get this popping. Thank y'all again for joining me. I am your boy, Master J. This is Raw Brilliance. Thank y'all. We out this thing.